Oh. Oh, do you hear my words? Hmm?
I said I hear you.
Hmm. You're much hairier than the last time I saw you. Probably don't even remember me.
When was the last time I saw you?
Oh, let's see, Mr. Kettleman. It was a long time ago. It was the day you took one of my kin hostage and used her as a bargaining chip to get some guns back.
Are we back to this again?
No, you've paid your price for this thing to the people it was owed to.
What can I help you with?
Just curious to see if we're actually here. Your horse has run off, half mad.
I had one just like it. Some of your friends killed it.
I do not recall any of this being done. It is not the custom of our people to kill horses. They are valued companions and friends.
He was like my child.
Hmm.
It's okay, the people that did it pay dearly for it.
Then they were not of the kin?
I didn't say your kin, I said your friends. What can I help you with?
Mostly I was just curious to see if you were actually here. Some people came down to the ranch and then rode up here immediately. And it was mentioned that you were here before. I just haven't seen you for a very long time.
I don't even know your name, partner.
My name is Wombliska. I am acting chief for my people. A tribe's name you probably don't know.
Well, why don't you tell it to me?
Topata.
Isn't
We are
what
the
you the
lazy-
leader of your people?
He's an
No. Yes, he is an elder. He is greatly respected, but he is not the leader. This is the poison of things like this newspaper, saying Wachuge speaks for all tribes. This is not how these things are done. It must not be believed, everything that you hear, you know.
That goes both ways, partner. Seems like you believe a lot of stuff that you hear about me.
It comes from people I trust.
Well, maybe they're misinformed. I don't
It is
make
good,
a
at
secret.
least.
I don't make it a secret that I'm here, by the way.
I don't think most people do these days. At least you picked a good spot for it. You know where the paintings are in this cave, yes?
I try to avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
I stay by the light.
As long as you stay near here, this will be fine. The other tunnel's the one is where the paintings begin.
What's wrong with the paintings?
They're some of the most ancient depictions of the origins of men in this place, showing the first 7 that came from the Spirit Cave and were tricked out by Subani Tutanka, the wolf companion of one of the most ancient spirits.
Tell me, am I, well, how do I word this? Feels like a great honor, the Grand Chief, or the top of water, come down to see a Jack Kettleman mining. I feel like a star, like a celebrity.
This is not what I seek for this. I do not wish to come and see you. I was merely curious if you were here. It is a great deal of gall to use this place. You know, there are things that can be found elsewhere that can only be found elsewhere, correct? The great greenstones. From what I hear, they are only found in the desert caves.
I don't like the desert caves. It's too far. Too far from home. Why would it take God to come here? Tell me.
Would you deny that you've built a rather retinue of reputation for yourself in this place?
How so?
Your words, your venom, the accusations.
What accusation are you talking about? You gotta be frank and you gotta be clear.
I am
Like
being
I said,
very
there's
clear.
a lot of people saying a lot of things.
Your implication of Arakoan involvement with the Lobo attacks.
That's
This
right.
is a blatant untruth. I know precisely from whom you got this information, and it has been made very clear to them that this is also a falseness.
I had that sorted out with the Arakoan themselves, personally. By the way.
And this is good. I've heard that there was another meeting meant to be between you and Peter Gray, but it's just taken so long it's not even worth it.
I've been here waiting the whole time, partner. It's not through my fault.
You're still anticipating this meeting then?
I'm over it.
Clearly, you're toiling in here rather than pilfering pockets.
Listen, I ain't never pilfer pockets, period. I'm a bank robber. The greatest the crossing has ever seen, 19-0.
You've had it 12 since the last time I heard of you in that play.
19-0. Period.
Have you managed to escape any more prison transports by pretending you need a piss, Mr. Kettleman?
Is that who I think it is?
Hello, Mr. Kettleman.
You could come closer. I'm not gonna bite. I can barely hear you.
I'm trying not to get hit by the little stones that are flicking off of the wall each time you strike it.
Don't worry, I'll be gentle. Tell me, why'd y'all come down here? Is it really to see me? I'm flattered.
Curiosity.
Mostly. I'm not here to act on behalf of anybody. I'm here mostly just to see what it is. That and your horse was, like I said, running around half mad, down past the butcher's.
Going fucking
Needs
nuts.
Just running back and forth. Might want to take care when you leave this place.
I'll keep that in mind. Maybe he senses what happened to...
Well, I saw some others running around in circles, so I'm guessing it was probably a bear instead of that.
Listen, the Jack Kettleman of old is retired. I'm just out here trying to pay back my debt to society.
What is that debt at? I have had to charge you in the past. It must be pretty big.
Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
You must be doing the smart thing that others of your kind do, where you give your money to another to store for you.
I don't want to do that. I want to pay my debt to society. By my hard work and sweat.
Sounds like a book. Jack Kettleman breaks even.
That's right. Maybe me and you could pose for the cover.
No, I think I have a litany of grudges that I won't be acting on to do that in good faith.
But listen, partner, you got no grudge against me. If you do, it's in your head. It's not based on fact.
I think most
That
grudges
girl
are in
that-
people's heads.
That is somewhere in their hearts.
Fair.
Oh, Mr.
That
Kettleman,
girl
as
that
long...
got kidnapped in the past, first of all, I wasn't even there when they grabbed her. That's number one.
your men
Number
were.
two, the only thing that happened was cuffs were put on her hands. That's it.
That's
She was smiling the
not
whole
what was
time when
said.
it took. She was smiling the whole time when it took place. Now I took responsibility for that. Cause it made no difference if it was me or my family. I was tortured, beaten, and brought near death because her wrist was sore.
This is not
Now,
the
if
case.
anybody has a grudge, partner, I think it's me. But guess what? I never came back. I never pursued vengeance.
In fact, you were shown great grace when you came to retrieve that Kerry Williams gun.
That's right. But I had every reason to seek violence. I done gutted people for less. But nobody over there asked why I never came back.
I believe most were just pleased that you didn't. Because
And
in
yet
the eyes
people
of our
lost.
laws, when that was done, so was the ire and the bloodshed that would be needed of it.
Like I said, partner, I had every reason to pursue vengeance, and I got a lot of people that were willing to do it with me. And yet, your people still holding a grudge against me. Consider, If torture, beating, being dragged by horseback, mouth burnt, face closed shut with hot sap, if that's fair for sore wrist, tell me what's the fair for all that torture?
It wasn't the sore wrists, Kettleman. It was the principle.
The principal, brother, please. Don't talk to me about principle.
You're very familiar
She
with
was-
principle.
She was taken. She was held at that highest suspension bridge above the Dakota River with a weapon held to her head. Yes, she smiled the whole time. That is until Clayton and the other ones there put a gun to her and said, "We will end this girl's life in an instant if you do not return to us some guns.
That's right.
We will cast her down into the river to weigh the weight of a life for such a paltry thing." This disgusts me. What are guns? Rob another bank.
What are guns? You got one on your back.
Mm-hmm. It is a tool.
Listen, partner, you don't fool me, okay? I've been around, partner. You're a human being just like the rest of us. You're bloodthirsty just like the rest of us. You're vengeful just like the rest of us. I don't buy this holier than thou bullshit, but I never have and I never will. You're just a human being just like everybody else.
When is he implied that he isn't a human being?
Because he's talking about the reason he did this because this poor woman who's a killer herself was standing on a ledge. She was so
Do not
scared.
speak of
Her
Sumanito in
wrist
this way.
Her wrist was sore, so we had to torture her man near death.
Do not speak of Sumanito this way. She is no killer.
Give me a break.
I quite literally believe she has never harmed a person in her life. Great harm has been visited upon her, yes, but she does not do these things. Her heart is kind and gentle. I, on the other hand, Kettleman, come from a life where this was a commonplace thing.
You mentioned Clayton. You know what Clayton would have said?
Will I care?
He would say, boo fucking who?
Hmm.
You know where he is now?
I've heard.
He's dead,
Mm-hmm.
by the way.
Did they have to pull my arrow from his shoulder that day?
What day?
The day he took Sumanito hostage. I made coup on that man.
I don't know what that means.
It's a great act of warriorship to my people, to reach out and touch an enemy, and then escape unharmed yourself by that same person. I made it immensely clear to the law down in Valentine that day that you do not, well, I would not be stepping away as long as this thing was going about. I hit him with an arrow in his shoulder as he was turning to flee.
And then you disappeared. That isn't impressive to us. You want to know what's impressive? Meeting him face to face, because there was nobody quicker on the draw in Armadillo in the West than Clayton. By the way,
If he was quick on the draw, he was quick on his horse that day.
yeah, that's right. He was preoccupied. You were no concern to him. You were a nobody to him. With all due respect.
I was nobody then. I'm still not much now. I'm just one that acts in service to my people. As few as they may be.
You was a nobody then, and you'll be a nobody tomorrow.
It is good you know the conduct to act in this place. And I shall leave you to it. Goodbye, Jack Kettleman. And to be faithful and true to things that have stood for generations. This does not make one holy. I recognize that I'm a human like you, Jack Kettleman. I just have better principles.
Man, I see through the bush. I see through the facade, partner. I see through the bullshit. You can fool everybody else. You ain't fooling me.
The problem is you think I'm trying to fool anybody.
You're fooling yourself, that's the problem. Can't wait to tell everybody that you're the chief.
He can't wait to tell everyone that he's robbed 19 banks.
Where's this goddamn cave?
Come on. Come on.
The darkness catches my eyes. My mind floats.
Do I know you?